Hello everyone, I'm Phoenix Tremayne, and today I'm going to be talking about your daily recap for General Hospital for Monday, October the 12th. But first, if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Please hit that like button, because every time you hit that like button, as YouTube knows a good video for soap fans, so they can be part of our soap fam. And you can also become a member where you get early access to videos, exclusive videos, articles, and more. Just hit that join button where you'll see a video that tells you about everything you get as a member. And if you want to, become a member. So we're going to start with Monday, October 12th. Dante meets Dustin and fantasizes about killing him. So basically, Dustin reaches out his hand to do a handshake. And you can see Dante grab his hand, throw his arm behind his back, and then put a gun to his head. And then about to pull a trigger when you realize he's just fantasizing about it. He asks Lulu, can he go to the bathroom so that he can wash up? She says yes, and there he pulls out his pills because I guess he needs them since he had that fantasy. I did miss the first 10 minutes of General Hospital because of the hearings. It will be on tonight on Hulu, but it was only the first 10 minutes. So Britt warns that being on Ryan's radar is not good for Nicholas and tells him that he needs to leave Ava alone. She also later sees Scotty, who she gets tipped off has some information about Ava and Nicholas potentially breaking up. And she wants Ava and Nicholas to break up because she's afraid that Ryan will come after Spencer. And, she loves Spencer. We also had, and people think Britt's a villain. She's a bad girl, but I don't consider her a villain. Liz has second thoughts about blackmailing Ava and Nicholas because she's a bad girl too, but she also doesn't like the idea of blackmailing her friend. Meanwhile, Frankel's like, well, we got bills and you can send your kids to college. You don't have to worry about anything. So Scott's like, handle it. Get your wife to see that we need this money. So it leaves it up in the air, but Franco is trying to convince Elizabeth that they need to take the money, point blank period. We also had Julian tells Ava to do whatever she needs to do to keep Ryan happy, or else he's a dead man. So I'll skip ahead to one of the funniest parts of the episode, where Nicholas comes in and he's concerned about Ava, and he's asking her not to go see Ryan again. And meanwhile, while Nicholas is like, please don't see Ryan, and start, getting caught up in his games, Julian's over in the corner going, and I thought that was hilarious because Nicholas is all concerned about Ava, and her brother's like, go see Ryan, because we see in the next episode, the promo for the next episode, that she does go to see Ryan. Gladys tells Carly that Mike would be ashamed of the way everyone is treating Brando, and she tries to use Mike's name for some sort of clout. But instead, Carly lets her know the ATM is closed. So then Gladys starts looking at her like she's crazy. Jordan comes to get Brando for questioning as everyone watches. And instead of going with Jordan, he says, and Gladys says, well, tell us all what's going on. What are you trying to do with my son? So Jordan explains that she's investigating, although she's the chief of police, and why is she even there? She's the chief of police. This is something for not Dante, but Chase to do. This is Chase's job to come get him, not the police commissioner. They just, she's just a help, so it doesn't matter what her title is. They just write it in. I know you're the police chief, but go ahead and go do something that a regular police officer would do, not the chief. But anyway, or she's the commissioner. I think she's the commissioner. But anyway, it's all a game because Brando makes this big scene about them accusing him of tampering with Jason's motorcycle, and he tried to get rid of Jason. Cyrus is just watching, eating it up. And at the end of the episode, we see Brando tell Sonny, this is the perfect thing. It was all me and Jason came up with this. Sonny's like, I'm still not sure this is right. I don't know if Cyrus saw, that this was just a trick. And Brando's like, well, we've already gone through with it, so now we just got to see what Cyrus do. And what Cyrus does is he tracks down Gladys at Charlie's and tells her if she or Brando ever needs him, call him, and gives her his card. So Gladys is going to come running to give Brando Cyrus' card. Now, after Justin leaves, well, let me go back up when I skipped one. Ned and Alexis lied to Olivia about what happened, and so they're left to feel really guilty as Olivia is just pouring it on. Oh, I'm so glad the two of you had each other that night, that you got to help Alexis through this hard time. And so they both just keep looking guiltier and guiltier. So finally, Alexis leaves, and then Olivia's like, she's drinking again. I saw her spiking her drink. And then Ned's like, what? Even though he knows she was at the bar with him. They both got drunk and had hangovers. So he knows Alexis is drinking again, but he plays it off like he didn't know Alexis was drinking. But Sam also discovers that Alexis is drinking. Alexis can't even figure out how to get out the hotel. Which way is the exit? So Sam goes and smells her drinking and gives that look like, oh no, mom's drinking again. And Sonny did something strange. When Alexis tries to say something to Sonny, Sonny says he doesn't want to talk politics, especially with Alexis. That came way out the blue. It was in no context of anything. I'm like, is this about stuff she says in real life on Twitter? I mean, wow. What was that about? Jordan tells Carly she needs to come down to the station. See, she didn't came to get Brando and Carly. So she tells Carly she needs to come down to the station because Nell's autopsy came in and they got some questions. She's being a regular old beat cop. Even a police detective wouldn't be doing all this. But yeah. Well, actually, a murder, they might. But not the police commissioner. They just treat her like the help. They don't even see. Would Mac do this? When Mac was commissioner, would they have Mac do this? Would Mac send Nathan or somebody to do it? Or Dante to do it? Really? And Dante asks Lulu about, how's her life now. And she's like, oh, he treats me well. He loves our kids. Everything is great. So Dante is like, well, okay. And so he leaves out the room. Well, actually, he goes out the door. And after he tells her, how's her... Well, actually, let me turn this around. He actually said, how was Darius treating her? So, does he share a good life with Darius? And she doesn't even correct him to say his name's not Darius, it's Dustin. And so at the end, it's very melodramatic. Dante exits, and because she tells him, if I knew you were just going to be gone for a year and a half, I would have waited. You said you was going to be gone forever. She said, I could have waited a year and a half. He said, well... I wouldn't have got sent the divorce papers if I knew it would be this fast either. So then when he leaves out the door, she goes running at the door after him. But, instead of opening the door, which he's on the other side, he didn't even leave. He's just on the other side of the door, I guess, hoping she'll come running after him. And so they show them side by side on opposite sides of the door, pining away for each other. So poor Dustin. Now, hopefully Brooklyn is still available, because I think they don't even care about the character at all. Seemed like at one point he was going to molest Joss. Then another point, I guess him and Dante, him and Lulu are getting together and everything and moving in. They just don't know what to do with him. Clearly, they're going to put Dante and Lulu back together based on that one scene. So thank you for watching. I didn't realize it was going to be this long, but that was the episode. We had a little bit to talk about, and I'll see you in the next video.